Lagos is a city of dreams, the city of deals and also betrayals. In here, love can build empires, but a single lie can tear them apart. 7 years ago, Amara, an orphan, thought she had it all. A man she loved, a future she could touch. But you see, in a city like Lagos, what you see is never all there is. One day, in the quiet luxury of Ikoyi, Amara's heart beat for Ayodele Adebanjo, heir to a real estate empire. But under the soft smiles of Sunday morning teas, a shadow lingered, the kind that wears perfume and designer heels. Her name was Caroline, a housemate with Amara and also a colleague at the office. Caroline wanted everything Amara had, and she would take it not by charm, but by poison made of lies, in a city where the truth bends easily when money buys the pen that writes it. Caroline began subtly, never directly accusing Amara of anything at first. She would make casual, seemingly harmless comments during business meetings and social events. Ayo, have you noticed how distracted she's been lately? I think stress is getting to her. Maybe more than we think. She's been talking to herself sometimes in the office, and I'm really worried about her health. These whispers made Ayo start watching Amara closely, noticing every moment she seems tired or lost in thought, interpreting them through Caroline's manipulative framing. Caroline secretly paid a junior staff member in the Adebanjo group to report incidents to Ayo. A glass of water was deliberately spilled on an important blueprint, and they blamed it on Amara's clumsiness during a mood swing. A design file was mysteriously deleted from the company's server, with Caroline claiming Amara did it in frustration when her work was criticized. An anonymous text message was sent to Ayo from a disposable SIM, saying things like, "She's not well. You need to get her help before she embarrasses the family." Through her contacts, Caroline reached out a corrupt psychiatrist at a private clinic in Lekki. She paid him to produce a falsified mental health evaluation without ever meeting Amara. The report claimed severe mood instability, paranoid delusions, and potential threats to herself and others. Caroline discovered this report in her own files, pretending it was being confidentially sent to her as a concerned family friend. One night, Caroline staged a dramatic incident. She slipped in a substance into the drink that Amara was taking, and that made her hallucinate. When she started reacting to the substance, Caroline called Ayo that night, claiming Amara had smashed glasswares in the kitchen and was screaming that people were after her. A group of already paid orderlies were waiting outside the gate with a van. Ayo, already poisoned by moans of manipulation, didn't resist when they took Amara away. Caroline made sure to be there, feigning sadness and whispering, "This is for her own good, Ayo, and for yours." Later that night, at midnight, the house was quiet. The echoes of Amara's screams from earlier that night still linger in the air. Ayo sits slumped on a sofa, shirt unbuttoned to the collar, glass of whiskey in hand. His eyes are vacant, torn between guilt and confusion. Then the door creaks. Caroline enters, dressed elegantly in a silk robe, her perfume lingering before she even speaks. "Ayo, you did the right thing tonight. I know it feels cruel, but she needed help. She was hurting herself and you." She placed her hand gently on his shoulder. He flinches, but doesn't pull away. Ayo said to her, "I don't know anymore." She looked at me like I betrayed her. Caroline kneels beside him, her eyes glistening as if she shares his pain. "You didn't betray her. You saved her. That's what love is, making hard choices. You are too strong to let her drag you down." She takes the whiskey from his hand and set it aside. Then, without breaking eye contact, she placed her finger lightly over his chest, feeling his heartbeat. Caroline whispered, "But who saves you, Ayo?" Caroline sits beside him, now closer than before. Her silk robes slip slightly, revealing bare skin at her shoulder. Ayo noticed, swallows hard, but said nothing. His breathing quickens. She stroked his arms slowly, deliberately. Caroline said to him, "You have carried too much alone. Tonight, let someone carry you." Her lips brushed his cheeks. Ayo stiffened. Images of Amara flashed in his mind, but Caroline leaned in, her words timed like poison, wrapped in honey. "She's gone, Ayo. She pushed you away long before tonight. Don't let her ghost keep you cold." She kisses him softly at first. He resists for a moment. Then the weight of guilt, loneliness, and months of manipulation break in. He kisses her back. Caroline smiles into the kiss, not with passion, but with triumph. Her hand gripped the back of his neck, pulling him deeper. 1 hour later, the whiskey bottle lies empty on the table. Blood trails across the floor towards the bed. Caroline lies against Ayo's chest, eyes half closed, in a faint smirk, curling her lips. She said to Ayo, "You will see, Ayo, with me, you will never be alone again." While Amara was in the psychiatric facility, Caroline intercepted all her letters and calls meant for Ayo. She bribed one of the nurses to tell Ayo that Amara never asked her about him and refused treatment. She also told Ayo privately, "She said terrible things about you, Ayo. She blames you for everything and says she will ruin your name if she is ever released." They locked her away in a private clinic far from the island glitters. Days become months, months become years. And in that cold place, she gave birth to their daughter, Shade, and holding on to a fragile hope that Ayo would come for them. 7 years later, a call came for Ayo. "She's gone," they said. A sudden illness, no goodbyes. But the nurse left a crack in the lie. She told him of a daughter he never knew existed. For a moment, fate tilted towards truth, until Caroline pulled it back into darkness again. With a bribe and a plan, she replaced Shade with another child and cast the real one into the chaos of Ajegunle. Here in Ajegunle, life is noisy and dusty, with music and hunger. And Shade learned quickly that in Lagos, no one is coming unless you fight to be found. But you see, the dead, they do not always stay buried. Amara had survived. She took up her sister's name, a new face, and a fire no clinic could extinguish. She returned, not to beg, but to hunt. Revenge stares in her heart, but in a city like Lagos, revenge is not taken in a haste. It is built, like the skyscrapers in Victoria Land, brick by brick. And Amara, was an architect. When Amara came back, she didn't reveal herself immediately. She slipped into Lagos society under her sister's name, quietly observing Caroline's every move. Instead of confronting her directly, she studied the lies that was once destroyed her life and patiently collected evidence to turn them against her. She attended public events where Caroline mingled, never revealing who she was, but letting Caroline feel her presence, a shadow that unsettled her. Caroline's greatest weapon had been the claim that Amara was mentally unstable. To break that lie, Amara first built her public credibility. She took a high-profile consulting role at a respected firm in Surulere, proving her intellect and professionalism. She networked with industry leaders, ensuring her face was seen in boardrooms and conferences. Slowly, news began to spread. Chiamaka is brilliant and confident. This was Amara reestablishing herself in the same circle where Caroline had once discredited her. Amara tracked down those who had played a role in Caroline's scheme. She found the junior staff member who fabricated reports about her breakdowns, and she found the corrupt psychiatrist who wrote a false evaluation. With discreet threats and recordings, she forced him to admit on tape that Caroline had paid him. She convinced Mama Kemi's grandson to provide the hidden letters she had written from the psychiatric facility, proof that she had never been insane, but only silenced. Caroline's power had come from lies whispered in private. Amara's revenge was to make those lies public. At a Lekki cocktail party, Amara cornered Caroline in a calm but cutting exchange. She said to her, "Ghosts don't always stay dead." Caroline left rattled, whispering to her allies accidentally, confirming suspicions. Amara had arranged for hidden cameras and microphones to catch Caroline's panic words that she would play in front of their Debanjo group board in a meeting packed with stakeholders and press. Amara arrived, calm and radiant, revealing herself for who she truly was. She presented Caroline's doctored psychiatric report, then the real confession from the corrupt doctor. She played the recordings of Caroline admitting of bribery and child swapping. One by one, the lies crumbled. The board members gasped. Investors withdrew support. And Ayo sat in stern silence as the woman he had believed for years was unmasked as a manipulator. Amara's ultimate revenge was not humiliation, but restoration. Amara walked into Sade's Ajegunle school and embraced her daughter, in full view of the teachers and parents. This act alone proved Caroline's cruelty and exposed the final lie, that the child Ayo was raising was not their real daughter. The whole city buzzed. Newspaper and blogs carried the story, the return of the wrong woman. Caroline was stripped of credibility, facing fraud charges and abandoned by her allies. Caroline's empire collapsed. Her designer's gown gave way to the prison uniforms. She became a symbol of how lies, no matter how powerful, can be overturned by the truth. Aeon vibes.
And years can vanish in a day, but I'm still here. Through the fire, through the pain I rise. Every tear I cried was sharpening my eyes. Survive. Revenge is a matter.